Rowdy crowd here on a Sunday afternoon in Texas as we're ready to go. Baylor and TCU. Opening tap controlled by the Frogs. They go to work. Van Lith runs the point.
See Baylor picking up in man-to-man. Key to keep an eye on. Errant Von Lay playing defensively against Sedona Prince inside.
Lost out of bounds. Noah Fauntleroy. Sarah Andrews averaging better than 11 points a game. Andrews, that's her game to pull up. That won't drop. And into the hands of Hailey Van Lith. Prince, outstanding shooter. Connor got hammered by Fauntleroy.
Catches and gets the ball out of her hands. But you do not want to foul a three-point shooter there.
We talked quite a bit about Prince and Van Lith, rightly so, but Connor should not be forgotten, averaging better than 15 points a game. No one has made more threes in Division I basketball than Madison Connor this season.
And a really good shooter, and Connor provides that.
Fauntleroy. Baylor off the mark in the early going, 0 for their first 4 from the field. Van Lith and Prince will go to work. How about TCU's defense here in the opening minutes? They are locked in against Baylor. And a great defensive throw by Agnes Emanoku. Connor, rare miss for her. Emanoku, who's so good on the offensive glass, kept it alive, and a second chance here for TCU. They make the most of it. Felder for Von Lay. Walker, another mid-range shot. This one finally drops for Baylor after missing their first 6. Has lost the last 37 meetings against the Bears. But what has stood out to you in the opening minutes here, Rebecca, between these two Texas rivals?
Well, right now, Baylor's inability to get any shots to fall. They have a lot of field goal attempts. They forced TCU into 6 turnovers already. This TCU team that typically takes care of the basketball.
Emanoku knocks down the 324th made 3 of the season for the grad. Let's take a look at who's on the floor right now for Baylor. Brought to you by Toyota. Sarah Andrews, veteran for this team in her 5th year. Dariana Littlepage Bugs leading the team in scoring and rebounding. And Errant Von Lay in her first season with this Baylor team after playing the last 2 years at Colorado gets on the board.
And Toyota, who's not on the floor right now for TCU, is Sedona Prince. And what the last 2 possessions, Baylor has gone into Von Lay to see if they can now take advantage of that.
I like how you audible there. Who's not on the floor. You see who is out there right now for TCU with the big for TCU on the bench. Prince, who's gone for 20 or more in each of the last 6 games. Great defense again by TCU. Van Lith out of transition. And a good read by Felder. Yet another turnover for TCU, and Felder will go in. 7 turnovers in the first 7 minutes for TCU. Van Lith showing the handle.
Thought she had a lane right to the basket.
Instead, kicks it outside, and Emanoku. Here's Matharu on the drive. Thinks better of taking it to the basket because Prince was there, so she'll go outside and knock it down. You asked Mark Campbell about that before the game, and they're aware of it. I think there'll be quite the celebration if they could finally pull off a win over Baylor for the first time since 1990. Off to a good start here in the first. On the take, won't drop down from Connor. Final 20 seconds. Felder wasting no time to get to the basket for 2. Foul is going to be called on Felder. Brian Garland disagreed. Here's Van Lith with 7. Van Lith kicks it over to Big B. Big B with 1, doesn't realize that time is winding down, and that's the end of the first quarter.
And they've just been able to click and make it all work.
It helps that they're 2 of the most experienced players. Now they try to reverse things. Prince trying to feed Van Lith, and Baylor blew it up defensively. Prince will turn 25 this year, and Van Lith 24, so they are very experienced players. Great finish by Baylor. Andrews averaging 11 points a game, unable to finish off the three-point play.
Which means Prince has a little on her.
TCU's had great success from outside the three-point line. Agnes Emanopu is 3 for 3 on threes. Vonleh one and done as Prince gets the rebound.
And Sedona Prince has blocked multiple shots, but she has also affected a number of shots already just by her length and presence in the paint.
Here's Prince. Throws it up against Vonleh. Can't get it. Gets her own miss and puts it in for 2. First points for Sedona Prince. 9-point lead for TCU. Their largest lead in the first quarter was 11. Batharu. Little Page bugs on the offensive glass. And Andrews with the reset. Andrews, a little hesitation, takes it at Sedona Prince and 1. South Carolina and Tennessee, top 20 matchup on Rocky Top. 7 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN2. That's out of bounds, and it'll be TCU basketball.
We all know how deep their roster is. They are really just wear teams down on both ends of the floor.
They've got LSU's number. Their 17th consecutive win over the Tigers. A foul on the drive. Emanopu was scoreless against Oklahoma State. Did have 11 rebounds. She's off to a great start here in the first half for TCU. First player in double figures with 10. She'll stay on the floor with the 2 and 7:07 to go in the second quarter. Fauntleroy on the floor with 2 personal fouls. Walker to the basket.
Baylor's really having some nice success now, attacking the basket, getting into the paint off of ball screens.
Looked early in that first quarter, they were settling for a lot of mid-range shots because of the Prince factor.
Yeah.
Maybe they've kind of settled into this game a little bit and been a little aggressive. Prince will try it from inside the free throw line, won't drop. Look who's on the glass, Van Lith. And you and I were going back and forth talking about this game. We're like, how long have we been saying the name Hailey Van Lith? Because from the moment she stepped on campus at Louisville, she's been a factor. Another trip to the Elite 8 after she had done that with Louisville and hoping to lead TCU deep into the NCAA tournament this year.
The only name we've been saying longer is Sedona Prince.
That's right. Andrews again on the take, but off the miss, and Andrews is back behind the play as TCU pushes it. Kanisha Godfrey appearing in her 13th game this season on the floor right now for TCU.
We got to hit Prince there.
She'll pop out. As Rebecca mentioned, she can hit that shot. Andrews, wide open look for 3. Got it. Sarah Andrews, the leader in threes made and threes attempted for this Baylor team. Walker doing all she can to keep it out of Van Lith's hands, and Van Lith still got to look for 3. Prince got on the glass and put it back in.
That was really nice by Prince. Instead of going up and fading on the shot, that high extension hook shot finish.
Fauntleroy can't hit from outside the arc, and now Van Lith.
You talked about the last possession, and Nikki Collin was saying once Hailey Van Lith gives the ball up, we got to prevent her from getting it back. Walker did an outstanding job last possession of that.
Van Lith and Prince go to work together, and then the blow-by Hailey Van Lith for 2 more.
He just keeps probing, and especially if she can get back to her strong left hand.
Largest lead for TCU, 9 for Van Lith. Walker answers back. Van Lith looking for Prince. Rejected, picked up by Prince though, and put back in.
Sedona Prince has been really active offensively, especially on the glass. When she wasn't getting a lot of looks early, she got herself involved that way, and then we've also seen it in the mid-range.
Andrews takes it at Prince. Can't get it. Rebound on the offensive glass by Abraham, and a second chance opportunity. They're 6th in the country in rebounding margin. Connor's been quiet. Can't hit three.
Kyle Abraham has had some really nice minutes here for Baylor.
Walker. Matharu. Kick back outside to Andrews for a deep three. Out of the scramble again, a three-pointer for Baylor. Closing it on 2 minutes. I almost went there again. Here's Prince. Connor, the three-point threat.
Yes.
But she's a willing passer as well, especially when it's Prince running to the basket. Looking for Vonleh. Can she do some work against Prince? She's determined to try to score here. Leans in. Prince stands her ground and gets the rebound.
Yeah, Vonleh has not had any success when she's caught the ball with her back to the basket, and Prince has been her defender.
An elite three-point shooter. If Madison Connor has any daylight, and a turnover again for TCU, and that's what's keeping Baylor in the game. Prince, impact player last year, averaged just under 20 and 10 last season. Walker uses the Abraham screen. Walker too strong, and a tie-up with 1.2 to go. Has a chance here, inbound it. She could catch and have time to put something up. Instead, it'll be Felder who launches, and that will be it. 2 of those games, but we're outscored in the second half. The point differential, a -35 for TCU. So second half has been an issue for TCU.
Yeah, he said they've taken their foot off the gas in the second half. I'm certain that that's one of the things. I'm not certain, but I would assume that that's one of the things he talked to them about it. And half of this one.
You've seen enough games and you've been in enough locker rooms to know you can be certain of that one. Knocked out of bounds. Last touched by TCU Baylor basketball.
About something that somebody said.
Were you not present? Okay.
Correct.
Not me. I'll throw out some guesses. Turnover on the first possession for Baylor. Vonleh is no rookie. Last 2 years at Colorado. Prince kept that one alive, ripped it away, leans in for 2. Jada Andrews looking for the foul, and there was a whistle, and it's going to be a foul on Andrews.
I can say with certainty that the officials aren't always
That's where I was going to go. You cut me off on that one. Vonleh from outside, not finding anything to her liking on the inside. Trying from the outside, and Little Paige Bugs will go to the free throw line.
I thought Abraham was really, really good in the first half with her size, getting to the glass defensively.
NBA Countdown tips the coverage. 7 Eastern time on ESPN. Connor. Prince rolls to the basket. Great work with Connor and Prince together.
Yeah, there was definitely defensive miscommunication by Baylor for Prince to end up so wide open.
Walker goes to her offhand, can't get it to drop, and Prince has the rebound. That's her 9th. Leroy recovered to knock it away.
He's right in front of me.
He sets good screens.
He sets incredible screens.
Here's Connor. Connor for 2.
That was a really nice step back going to her left.
Walker has to try a deep 3. Easy rebound for Connor.
Great box out by Donovan Hunter.
Here is Hunter. And there is Van Lith. It is Van Lith, right? She is tiptoeing through the lane.
Our monitor's on a little bit of a delay, so we're doing the best we can here.
Got whiplash. There's a 3. This is a different TCU team at the start of the second half. Andrews. Little Paige Bugs for 3. Another rebound for Prince. Connor. Baylor a little slow in recovering on defense. And now TCU will reset. Prince. Little Paige Bugs. Deep the best she could.
And she's overcome so many injuries throughout the course of her career to just even be on the floor.
She's having quite the afternoon here in Fort Worth. Andrews, nothing coming easy for Baylor, but a trip to the free throw line. You can see after the very slow start, Sedona's made up for lost time here.
2018 high school grad and other people who were in that graduating class.
Van Lith won't drop. Little Paige Buggs has the rebound. What does Baylor need to do to get back into this game, Rebecca?
Well, they got to get some stops on the defensive end, so we just saw one there. And they had success doing what we just saw, attacking the paint in the first half.
Prince on the turnaround. Get another stop, another rebound for Little Paige Buggs. 2
stops in a row, you know. TCU shooting over 50%, and 8 of 12 from 3 has been ridiculous today by TCU.
TCU normally 37%. They make 10 threes a game, so it's a big part of their offense. Bonlay inside the three-point line. Well, they got a stop and a score and a stop and a score.
Did you see the screen by Sarah Andrews on Sedona Prince there to get Bonlay open for that shot? No, you didn't. No, it was on the other end. You could have seen that one.
Here's Van Lith working with Prince. Feels like out of that media timeout, Baylor's up the defensive intensity, but they didn't have an answer for Taylor Bigby on that drive.
Really good job by Bigby there. There was space in the middle of the floor as Prince occupied the left block.
Felder trying to take Van Lith off the dribble. Felder launches a 3, so Baylor starting to heat up a little bit here in the third quarter. Prince, strong finish. Little Paige Buggs takes it to the basket. And a foul 71% on the season this evening. Little Paige Buggs is 0 for 7 from the floor, but 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Connor for 2.
Connor's just had a solid all-around afternoon.
Oh, tough finish by Jada Walker. Started all 34 after playing at Kentucky. Once again, the pressure after the make. Connor to the middle for Bigby. Bigby, offensive foul. You get that kind of analysis everywhere, folks. There's Felder who got knocked down, no call. Still Baylor basketball. Wild scramble for it. Matharu comes out of nowhere to pick it up. Shot clock down to 7. Walker leans inside. Prince with the swats, but a foul is called. No, Baylor chipping away. Felder gets called for the foul. Baylor knows what's happened with TCU in recent games where they've had double-digit halftime leads and have been unable to hold on to those leads. They picked up a couple of wins, but most recently up by 15 at halftime. Turned that game around, and it was a win for the Cowgirls over TCU.
And one of the things Oklahoma State did was start extending their pressure.
Here's Walker. Can't get it to drop, and Prince pulls down the rebound, and that should do it for the third quarter. Most popular person in that TCU locker room when they announced that she had gone from walk-on to scholarship player. You're familiar with the story. Middle of January last season, they had opened tryouts for the TCU student body after injuries, shortage of players, forced TCU to forfeit 2 conference games, 4 walk-ons. They became known as the Underfrogs. Mark Campbell is very emotional in rewarding her the scholarship. Last week, it was almost the 1-year anniversary of after coming out of that 2-year suspension, but just shows you how much this program has been through in the last couple of years, turning around to be a team that is going to go to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2010. Felder comes up short, but it's saved nicely, but only for the moment by Matharu, and it's TCU basketball. Emanoku in trouble in the backcourt. Now out of trouble, and the lob for Prince, thrown up by Hunter. Felder, tough shot, tough finish. TCU roster that's been built primarily through the transfer portal to get to where they are right now. Connor, no, bats it back out towards Van Lith. And a second chance here for TCU. Van Lith and a foul called on Little Page Bugs.
Baylor could really use for Sarah Andrews to catch fire, especially out.
Felder. Prince is there defensively, as she always is.
Works angles. Shot blockers want space. They don't want the offensive player to get into their body. Space is what allows them to get up and block the shot without fouling.
13th time this season she's gone for 3 or more. Now with 72 on the season to lead the country. Van Lith drops it down. Andrews on the crossover. Another 3 for Sarah Andrews. And she is indeed heating up a little bit.
Yeah, if you're defending Andrews now, you got to work really hard to get over the screen. Maybe you get some help from your big, but you cannot let her get hot from 3 if you're TCU.
Connor banks in the 3. Palms up, shoulders shrug a little bit. I'm a shooter. Doesn't matter, he'll drop. 19 now for Connor. Now Vonleh, hands full against Sedona Prince, and how about that finish? Vonleh can't get the conventional 3-point play. Van Lith to trigger the inbound inside of 6.5 to play in the 4th quarter. Baylor has won 37 in a row against TCU. The last TCU win was in 1990. Shot clock at 5. Off the mark from Connor. And here's Andrews. Running down the court. Little Page Bugs. Good 5 by Andrews. Van Lith looking for Prince. Finds her. 10 to shoot. That 3 won't drop. And a foul is going to be called on Bigby, I believe, for TCU. Chance here with everybody off the lane for Little Page Bugs to shoot a couple. They've been pretty good today. 9 for 12 is Little Page Bugs. Can't add to it. Still Baylor possession, though, after the upgrade on the foul. Vonleh spinning inside, can't get it to drop it. Prince gets called. So Vonleh at the free throw line, 62%. South Carolina and Tennessee in Knoxville. The coverage starts at 7 Eastern time. Nursing a 10-point lead. Oh, Matharu with some quick hands. Hits Van Lith's pocket and gets the finish. Matharu into double figures with 10. Two and a half to play. Connor trying to get free. Connor leads in with the left hand, the finish, and the foul.
And the and one. She's able to have the good, clean look with the left because of what she does with the right side of her body.
Connor can't finish off the 3-point play. Outstanding free throw shooter. Back to a 10-point game. Connor's got 21, Prince 24 to lead TCU. Vonleh, count it! And a chance for a 3-point play on Baylor's end. Chance to add to it with 2:04 to go. Another missed free throw. 2 to go. Last foul on Eminoku, her second. Van Lith gets downhill on the pull-up. Short, Vonleh the rebound. Here's Andrews. Vonleh dribbled it off her foot, but right to Andrews. Matharu defended by Van Lith. 8 to shoot. Matharu over Prince, gets it to drop. .12 for Matharu. 2-possession game here in Fort Worth. 1 minute. Van Lith came up short. Prince tried to knock it away, but it was last touched by TCU. Final minute here in Fort Worth. Trying to deny Andrews, who's been on the floor here in the fourth quarter running the show with Walker on the bench. Andrews gave it up. Jumper is good. Vonleh. TCU has been outscored in the second half in each of the last 3 games, including the most recent game when they were up by 15 at halftime against Oklahoma State and suffered their first conference loss. Van Lith is fouled by Matharu, fifth-year senior from Washington State, who was first on Mark Campbell's radar when he was an assistant coach at Oregon. Finished her college career with a year of eligibility remaining. She came here to Fort Worth to put it into play for Baylor. For Matharu, defended by Van Lith. Back to Vonleh. Deep 2 is good. Baylor would love to force a 17th TCU turnover right here. Once again, it's Hunter. Finds Van Lith, trapped near half court, and the reach in and a foul is called. Matharu's hand was on the ball.
The right arm of Walker was hitting Hailey Van Lith's right arm.
18 points for Hailey Van Lith, 24 for Sedona Prince. Doesn't look like Baylor's going to use the timeout here. TCU drops back, so they'll keep that timeout in their pocket. Walker with the quick push. Matharu defended by Connor. Matharu to the basket for 2. Timeout called by TCU. As Rebecca mentioned, they don't have a timeout remaining, and then there was almost the tie-up. A foul was called last time they got it in.
Keep in mind, you can inbound into the backcourt.
Thrown up and knocked out of play. Last touched by Baylor.
Very different look right now on this inbound.
Absolutely. Much different look, Rebecca. Now they're closer to half court. They're looking more towards the backcourt. They throw it into Eminoku, and Andrews gets called for the foul.
Obviously huge to make one of these.
Eminoku has not been at the free throw line very often this season. Baylor will use their final timeout. Vonleh. Andrews got tangled up in traffic. She'll launch the 3. Couldn't get it. The rebound for TCU, and Andrews gives the foul. Donovan Hunter to the free throw line.
Just has to be really smart here defensively.
Here's Andrews, pulls up from inside the half court, and that will do it. The drought is over. For the first time since February